Hey, Monte with Skupnos Novozhilenya, with you here again answering questions, common questions that I get when I'm talking to people on the streets. And here's another one, the idea that God is just a fairy tale or like Santa Claus or Didik Miraz. He's just a psychological crutch or even a wish that we hope for. Now, so this statement is in philosophical terms called reductionism. When you hear words like nothing but or just like, what the person is doing is attempting to reduce whatever they're criticizing or questioning into something much simpler and therefore easy to explain or reject. But now the existence of God is not so easy to dismiss or reject. If you try to put God into a box and dismiss him, there are some things that just don't fit into the box. Morality must become nothing but a learned social construction. Love is forced to be nothing but a chemical reaction between two human beings who do not have the freedom to choose. Now, for the sake of argument, set aside whether or not these explanations are even believable. The result of reductionism, to those who don't believe in God, is that morality and love have no value or meaning since we can identify and explain these individual components. But the question I have to ask is, does anyone really believe that? This idea of reductionism is an idea that defeats itself. You could make the statement that a book is just a collection of marks on a piece of paper. And while that's technically true, there's a huge difference between a collection of random words on a page and a novel that builds a beautiful story from beginning to end. That's just common sense. Try to explain that, how writings can bring about some emotion inside us, whether it's fear, sadness, or happiness. So here's the truth. Reductionism just doesn't work. And saying that God is nothing but whatever is really just arrogance or even ignorance pretending to be analysis. So I might ask this question also. How much effort have you put into investigating the biblical claims about God? Have you researched the historical claims made by the Bible and verified by archaeology? Have you looked at the prophetic claims written hundreds of years before they were actually fulfilled, made throughout history? So maybe your parents told you that Santa Claus or Didik Miraz or Miklaus or Father Christmas, whatever name you have, that he was real and that he flew around the entire world in one night, delivering toys to well-behaved children. And later you found out, spoiler alert here, he doesn't exist. Does that make any absolute claim false? Of course not. We must judge any claim based on evidence that may be found when we investigate the claim. So take the claim about Jesus, God in the flesh, who came here with a specific purpose. Now, it can't be denied that those who walked with Jesus after his death went back to their old lives. And then something so life-changing happened that it altered the course of the rest of their lives. Because of this occurrence, they would then be willing to offer up their lives without hesitation because of what they had seen with their own eyes. Ultimately, they would die horrible, painful deaths and do that willingly. And from that day, it has continued to turn the world. This truth about Jesus is continued to turn the world upside down. And not one of these facts can be denied or disputed. So examine the claims made about God. I want to tell you, if or when you do that, you will discover that it would prove that he is not just a wish that people hope for or a psychological crutch. His existence is not only believable, but it's logical given the huge amount of evidence when we actually look into it, investigate it objectively, without biases. If there's any truth to the claims that he then must be more than a myth or a legend, and then you have to think about the result of dismissing him, that would be catastrophic. There's a man named William Lane Craig, and he said something that I think is relevant to this topic. He said this: man is the only creature in the universe who asks why. Other animals have instincts to guide them, but man has learned to ask questions. Who am I? Why am I here? Where am I going? Man has tried to answer these questions without reference to God, but the answers that have come back, they're really not very exciting, but rather they're dark and terrible. Answers like, you're an accidental byproduct of nature, a result of matter plus time plus chance. There is no reason for you to exist, and ultimately all you face is death. So, man of today thought that when he had gotten rid of the idea of God, he had freed himself from all of these things that had held him down. Instead, what people have discovered is that in killing God, as Nietzsche would say, he'd also killed himself. Because if there's no God, then ultimately man's life is meaningless. So maybe then this entire discussion is misguided. And in the end, it's not about my attempt to grasp the deep truths of God, but rather to catch this overwhelming truth that I am known by God, and that the God who knows me and everything about me, including all the bad, still loves me and wants to have a relationship with me. And he wants to have a relationship with you too. So maybe I answer this question by asking you a question. Will you open yourself up to the possibility of the truth of God? If you do, then just wait and see what else he will reveal to you. Real life and the chance at real peace will just be the beginning in that case. So now, if you'd like to discuss more about this question or you have other questions, please reach out to us. You can follow the information on the QR code that's going to follow this video. So I hope you join us in these other answers to questions, common questions. I hope you join us again for the next one. And until next time, God bless you.